we will look at Shohei Ohtani's impressive performance, where he recorded 8 strikeouts, the most since his return, and also achieved the milestone with his 39th home run in 10 games. Yesterday, while the Dodgers were busy with their victory over the Cardinals, Shohei Ohtani stood on the mound and checked his pitching motion as if he was shadow pitching. He then posted a video of himself checking his pitching motion on his Instagram. He seemed unable to wait to pitch today. In his last start in a series against the Cardinals on July 30th, Shohei Ohtani complained of cramps in his right leg and had to be replaced in the middle of the game. After the game, he said he had felt it since the first inning. He managed to get through about 23 innings, but the end was a bit difficult, he said, complaining of dehydration and poor performance, partly due to the harsh weather in enemy territory. I thought it was a good thing that he was able to pitch a few innings, so I don't think he will be replaced. Well, he just wasn't feeling well yesterday and today, so he'll take tomorrow off to get back into shape before deciding when he'll pitch again. He emphasized that he's been taking steady steps since his return. And before the game, the local broadcaster commented that they expected Shohei Ohtani to perform well as a pitcher as a highlight of the day. Tough in a pitch in 15 insofar of those innings over that's eliminate you from paper until games today's like a big day for the afraid to prove that yesterday wasn't fluff the can with that more and more exciting highs ask see who performs today ask their look to get the answer however, as fans have pointed out, when asked about his batting performance declining since returning to two-way play, I think there's certainly a connection. On pitching days, the focus is naturally on pitching, so there's the option of switching to another player, but I still think it's a good choice to put him first. He said that it will take time for him to get used to the two-way lifestyle again. But overall, his performance is improving. It's good that he's been able to use all of his strength and power. What I particularly feel is his concentration when he pitches. It feels like his personality changes when he's on the mound, and he's making steady progress in his recovery and showing strength. Today, Shohei Ohtani's father led the official junior high school baseball team to Dodger Stadium for a game. They seem to be spending valuable time together, taking commemorative photos before the game. Players from the official baseball team coached by Toll were also infected at the opening game between the Dodgers and Cubs held in Tokyo this year. This time, they experienced the major leagues in both Japan and the US, experiencing the infection at Dodger Stadium. Seeing Ohtani, who is active on the world stage, up close must have been a great inspiration and motivation for the players. This was his 8th appearance since his return, 6 days after his last appearance, and he was the first pitcher to pitch for a second-rate team. In his turn, he was hit with a big ball to left field, but Cole, who has improved since joining the team, made a great catch, even though it hit the fence. Ohtani also raised both hands to praise the high-quality play. And he showed his tactic of striking out every batter from the first inning. He held the first inning scoreless for the first time in 3 games, and in the second inning, he held the other batters to 3 strikeouts. However, in the third inning, Rojas was unable to catch the ball due to a collision with the sun, allowing his first hit of the day. After that, he allowed a safety bunt with 2 outs and a runner on third base, giving up 1 run. However, he kept his composure and struck out Herrera, allowing the team to get through with the minimum number of runs allowed. Immediately after that, Shohei Ohtani, who came to bat with the runner on second base, took a full swing at the third pitch, a 92.8 miles per hour sinker, approximately 149.3 kilometers per hour, and hit a home run with a speed of 109.5 meters per second, approximately 176.2 kilometers per hour, and a distance of 440 feet, approximately 1,341 meters, to the middle of center field. His teammates were thrilled and excited by the game-winning hit that they supported. His 39th home run was his first in 10 games since the 26th of last month, and he achieved a milestone in his career with a single hit in his 8th year in the majors. Senmoto Anda is the third Japanese player to leave the game after Ichiro and Hideki Matsui. The home run race is now just one away from Schwar's 40. And Shohei Ohtani, who also took the mound as the host, stepped up a gear and struck out 3 batters in a row from Burleson, Mood and Barron, pitching the longest 4 innings since his return. Win, who struck out the last batter, threw his bat hard after swinging and missing at Shohei Ohtani's sweeper and returned to the bench in frustration. Not only Cardinals fans but also Dodgers fans said, "There's no way he could hit that." There was a chorus of voices saying, "There's nothing we can do about it." And when he finished off his pitching for the day with 4 consecutive strikeouts, the crowd in the stands were filled with cheers and applause during the official call, and the entire stadium was intoxicated by Ohtani's evil pitching. Today, he pitched 4 innings and 54 runs, the longest since his return, allowing 1 run and striking out 8 batters, showing impressive performance that shows his full recovery from his previous emergency stop due to dehydration. However, Shohei Ohtani allowed 11 runs after coming on for the Dodgers, and the Dodgers were unable to break down the Cardinals' relief pitchers, losing 5-3 and failing to sweep the Cardinals. After the game, Shohei Ohtani reflected, "I thought the at-bat with the home run was good, and although he gave up a run on a bunt hit, I think he should have made a better judgment and watched his stance a little more and thrown the ball to a tricky spot." He was pleased to be able to pitch 4 innings, the longest since his return, and I think the best thing about pitching 4 innings is that he was able to pitch well, so I hope he can continue to pitch longer innings from next time onwards. I think it was a day of particularly big progress for him. Overall command was good, and the fastball was good, but more than that, he was able to experiment with breaking balls, especially the slider and curveball, and he seemed satisfied with today's outing. He also mentioned his future challenges, saying that he wants to review his training schedule between outings, and that he thinks his pitching will increase from next week onwards, so he wants to think about the overall volume. Regarding his declining batting performance, he analyzed that in the first half of the season, there were many situations where opposing teams were aggressive in their attacks. It was a period of trial and error as he batted. Around the time he returned, his numbers started to come together, and with opposing teams either aiming for the postseason or not, the most important thing is whether he can endure when the ball doesn't come into the zone depending on the situation. Whether he's pitching or not, he thinks it's important to be patient and choose the right pitch to pass to the next batter when he's at bat. And today, regarding the fact that his father and his former students were infected, "I have never seen a game since I came to America, so I think it is a good experience for the children to be able to watch an MLB game. If I had had that experience myself, I think the way I spend my days and the way I approach baseball would have been different. So I hope they will use this good experience as a source of motivation for themselves," he said, sending his encouragement. There are also eyewitness reports that his wife Mamiko came to cheer him on in today's game where he played both baseballs, and he gave his best performance in front of his family. And in response to his performance today, the analysis company praised him, saying, "Today's performance by Kadira Ohtani. He achieved the MLB career record of 100. He hit a powerful game-winning home run. He also dominated the mound with his wicked pitching. It is obvious even to a non-expert that he is the leading candidate for the National League MVP." Quote. In addition, since 1920, when batting averages, runs batted in, and RBIs became official records, Shohei Ohtani is the only player in MLB history to have achieved all of these in the same game. He recorded 10 home runs, 1 strikeout, and 1 strikeout. He contributed to the score with 2 RBIs and more runs scored against 1 run scored.